Hello, students. Once again, I'm with you taking an interesting chapter from grammar portion, that is voice. So, first of all, let's get to know what voice is. Dear students, voice describes whether the subject is acting or being acted upon. Dear students, here subject means the agent or the doer of the verb in a sentence. In easy language, you may understand that one who is doing the work in a sentence is called subject. Here, I also want to tell you that what is object. Dear students, an object is a noun or pronoun on which the work is performed. These two terms are very important for you to know when you're learning voice. And always remember that subject and object both are either noun or pronoun. Now let's see the types of voice. There are two kinds of voice: active voice, passive voice. Now, what is active voice? The verb is said to be active if the subject is performing the action. And you will see that in active voice, subject comes in first place. It is the agent or doer of the verb. Now, what is passive voice? The verb is said to be passive if the object becomes subject that experiences the action rather than the person or object that performs the action. Dear students, in passive voice, object comes in first place. It acts as subject. But the difference is, here this object which has become subject is not doing the work. It only experiences the work. And the subject, which is the agent of the work, comes after verb but is followed by the preposition by. In passive voice, the subject is the patient, target, or undergoer of the action. Here, what do you mean by these terms? Patient, target, or undergoer is the participant of a situation upon whom an action is carried out. Let's understand it with the help of this example. The dog eats a bread. Here, this sentence is in active voice, where the dog is subject. Eats is active verb. A bread is object. So, what do you mean by the subject here? You can understand that the agent or doer of the verb, and because it is active voice, subject comes in the beginning before a verb, and eats is an active verb which clearly shows the action of the subject. Here, eating work is done by the dog. So, the dog is subject and eats is active verb, which tells the work of a subject. Now, the dog eats. But what does the dog eat? A bread. It means the eating work was done on which noun or pronoun? A bread. So, a bread is object. So, understood? What is object? A noun or pronoun on which the action is performed or carried out. That is object. In this sentence, the patient is a bread because patient is always placed after the verb and it is a noun or pronoun on which the work is done. The work is performed. So in active voice, object is the patient because it comes after the verb and it experiences the action. So you understood that in active voice, the subject is dominant and emphasis is given on the subject. Now let's see the passive voice of this sentence. A bread is eaten by the dog. As you see this sentence, it is clear that in passive voice, both subject and object exchange their places. Means the subject comes in object place and the object comes in subject place. The dog is the subject. In place of the dog, a bread is written now. And a bread, which is object, it has become subject now. And it is written in subject place. So, it is clear that in passive voice, object comes in first place and a bread is object. Is eaten is passive verb which shows the action of the object. Right? Means a bread is eaten. Right? And it is eaten by whom? It is eaten by the dog. So here, by is preposition. And by this preposition, the subject is added. And what is the subject? The dog. So in passive voice, object is dominant and emphasis is given to the object. You can also notice that now in passive voice, who has become the patient or target or undergoer? That is subject. As you can see that the subject is written after the verb and so is the quality of the patient or target or undergoer. That is also placed after the verb. So here now, subject is the patient in passive voice, which comes after the verb. Now let's see some important notes about passive voice. Always be careful whenever you convert a sentence from active to passive. For changing from active to passive, two things are compulsory. What are the two things? First one is the helping verb. Helping verbs help the main verbs to locate the tense. They help us to know whether the work is done in present tense or past tense or future tense. Some examples of helping verbs are is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, etc. The second important thing is past participle form of the verb, which is also called third form of the verb, represented by V3. So, always remember, without these two things, you cannot make passive voice. Let's understand it with the help of this example. I eat a mango. In this sentence, you see that there is no helping verb. But when you convert this sentence into passive voice, you get a mango is eaten by me. So here is the helping verb and eaten is the past participle form of eat. So you can understand that when we convert the sentence from active voice to passive voice, we have to use the helping verb and past participle form of the verb. Now, second most important note. Dear students, always remember, basically we have three tenses: present, past and future. And each tense is having 4 subtenses. In this way, we get total 12 tenses. This I have already taught in my tense video. So, my intention to discuss about the tenses is that there are only 8 tenses which can be converted into passive voice. Now the question comes that we have 12 tenses and only 8 can be converted into passive. Then which are that 4 tenses which we cannot convert into passive voice? That are all the perfect continuous tenses and also future continuous tense. Means present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, future perfect continuous tense, including future continuous tense. These are the 4 tenses that cannot be converted into passive voice. So students, before practicing and converting the sentences from active to passive voice, be careful and always remember these facts. Now let's see which verbs you should follow when you convert from active to passive voice. Let's see the first verb. Always remember, if in active voice sentence you have first form of the verb or s, es or ies is added to the verb, or you have do plus v1 or does plus v1. In passive voice, you have to use is or am or are plus third form of the verb. Let's understand it with the help of these examples. Suppose you have first form of the verb. Then see the first example. In active voice, if it is written, you cook food. Here, cook is V1. So when you convert this sentence into passive voice, it will become food is cooked by you. So cook has become is cooked. In passive voice. Now suppose in first form of the verb as or es or ies is added. Then you see the second example. It is written, he cooks food, which is active voice. When we convert it into passive voice, it becomes food is cooked by him. So here also you watch that cooks becomes is cooked in passive voice. Dear students, you will have to keep one more thing in your mind, that the supporting verb or helping verb which we use in passive voice, it is used according to the object which comes in subject place in passive voice. Like in this sentence, we have written food, which is object, and because it is passive voice, we have written it in subject place. So food is singular, and with singular we use is. Now see the third example. In active voice it is written, they eat toffees. Here they is subject and toffees is object. When we convert this sentence into passive voice, toffees will come in subject place. And with toffees we use are. So it becomes toffees are eaten by them. In every condition, V3 is compulsory. But the supporting verb or helping verb we use according to the object. If object is singular, we use is in present tense. And if object is plural, we use are. Now, in fourth example, we see that the sentence is interrogative sentence. And in active voice it is written, do you cook food? So, when we convert this statement into passive voice, it will become, is food cooked by you? The changes you can understand, that in active voice it was written do plus cook, and in passive voice it became is cooked, but is will come in first place because it is interrogative sentence. Question is there in the sentence. Fifth example is, does he cook food? So here what are the verbs? Does plus cook. When we convert into passive voice, it becomes, is food cooked by him? So you understood that does plus cook becomes is cooked in passive voice. And why is has come? Because food is there before it, which is singular. In this way, first kind of verbs syntax you have seen. And I want to tell you that the first kind of verbs, that means V1 or V1 plus S, ES, IES, or do plus V1 or does plus V1. These are the verb syntax of simple present tense. Now see the second point. If in active voice you have is or am or are plus V1 ing, then this will be present continuous tense. And when you convert this verb into passive voice, you will get is or am or are plus being plus V3. Dear students, as you know very well that in passive voice, third form of verb, that is V3, is compulsory. Supporting verb is also compulsory. And because this is present continuous tense, so continuous tense is always represented by ing. And now because it is continuous tense, in passive also we have to represent it. So ing we cannot use in V1 because we have to use the V3 form, third form of the verb. So in this case, we will add ing with be. And here be means first form of the verb. So in this way, we will be able to maintain the rule. And the rule is we have to use ing form also to represent continuous tense in passive voice, and we have to use V3 also to represent passive voice, right? So in this way we will make the verb syntax of present continuous tense. Now let's see the first example. In active voice, if you get you are cooking food, then in passive it will become food is being cooked by you. So here you can understand that we have used being because ing form also we have to show in passive to represent continuous tense, and we have used cooked, which is V3 form, and it is compulsory to represent passive voice. In second example, it is written they are eating toffees. So its passive will be toffees are being eaten by them. And here are has come because in object place toffees are coming, which is plural form. Now let's see the third verb syntax. If in active voice we have has or have plus V3, it is present perfect tense. And when we convert present perfect tense into passive voice, we use has or have plus been plus V3. Let's understand it with the help of this example. In active voice, if it is written you have cooked food, its passive will be food has been cooked by you. Now here in active voice you had have, but when you converted it into passive voice you have written has. The reason is food is third person singular, and in my tense video I have told you that with third person singular we use has, and with other persons we use have. That's why your passive voice is food has been cooked by you. Now let's see the fourth verb syntax. In active verb, if you get V2, that means second form of verb, or if you get did plus V1. In passive voice, it will become was or were plus V3. This verb syntax represents simple past tense. Let's understand it with the help of examples. If it is written, you cooked food. Here, cooked means V2 form. When you convert it into passive, it will become food was cooked by you. So here, cooked became was cooked. In second example, you see, did you cook food? Which is interrogative sentence. And here, the verb is did plus cook. When you convert it into passive voice, it will become was food cooked by you. Because it is interrogative sentence, we put was in first place before the noun. Now let's see fifth verb syntax. If in active voice you have was or were plus V1 ing, in passive voice it will become was or were plus being plus V3. And here being we have used to represent continuous tense. Let's watch the examples. In active voice, if it is written, you were cooking food, its passive voice will be food was being cooked by you. We have used was here because food is singular, and we have used being because it is continuous tense. We have used V3 because it is compulsory in passive voice. And remember, this is past continuous tense. Now let's see sixth point. If in active voice you have had plus V3, it will be past perfect tense. And in passive voice, it will become had been plus V3. Let's see the example. In active voice, if it is written, you had cooked food. In passive, it will become food had been cooked by you. So you can understand here had cooked has become had been cooked. Now let's see seventh verb syntax. If you have will or shall plus V1, you know it is simple future tense, and we use shall with first person pronoun, that is I and we. And with other pronouns and nouns, we use will to show simple future tense. If you convert will or shall plus V1 into passive voice, you will get will or shall plus be plus V3. As this is the rule that with will and shall we use first form of the verb. And this is also the rule that in passive voice we have to use third form of the verb. So to maintain the rule, we use BEB to represent first form of the verb, and we use third form of the verb to represent passive voice. Let's understand with the help of this example. If in active it is written, I shall cook food. In passive, we will write, food will be cooked by me. Here, will has come in passive voice because food is there before will. And In active voice, shall was written because shall was used for I. In second example, in active voice, it is written, you will cook food. So its passive voice will be, food will be cooked by you. Only if I and we is written, then only you have to use shall with them. With other subjects or objects, you have to use will. Now let's see the eighth or last verbs in text. If in active voice, you have will or shall plus have plus V3, then it represents future perfect tense. And when we convert it into passive voice, we get will or shall plus have plus been plus V3. Let's understand with the help of the example. If in active voice it is written, you will have cooked food. In passive voice, it will become, food will have been cooked by you. So these were all the 8 tenses which could be converted into passive voice. Now, in my second video, I will tell you how different kind of sentences can be converted into passive voice. Till then, keep studying voice and watch this video numerous times to understand the topic. Till then, bye-bye. Take care of yourself.